For more than 3 decades, Somaliland and Somalia have followed two completely different political journeys. One built stability, while the other continued to face conflict and internal crises. Today, this difference is becoming clearer than ever, and it is reshaping the politics of the Horn of Africa. Many international observers are starting to pay attention to Somaliland's progress, and this new attention is creating real concern inside Mogadishu. In this video, we explore why this shift is happening, and why it is creating fear within Somalia's federal leadership. To understand the current tension, we must begin with the history that shaped these two regions. After the collapse of the Somali central government in 1991, Somaliland declared its restoration of independence. From that moment forward, it began to build its own institutions step by step. Local elders, community leaders, and politicians worked together to establish peace, security, and a functioning government. Over time, the region developed its own parliament, judiciary, police forces, and electoral system. This stability attracted positive attention from outside observers. At the same time, Somalia continued to struggle with insecurity, clan warfare, foreign interference, and political fragmentation. The central government in Mogadishu has changed many times, often under difficult circumstances. Terrorist threats, economic challenges, and internal political disputes have repeatedly slowed progress. This contrast, one region stable, the other still unstable, plays a major role in how the world views both sides. In recent years, Somaliland has experienced a noticeable increase in international engagement. More foreign delegations are visiting Hargeisa. International journalists and analysts are highlighting its elections and governance. Some countries have even opened representative offices or strengthened informal ties. These gestures fall short of full recognition, but they signal growing interest and confidence. From the perspective of Mogadishu, these developments are alarming. They appear to show the world slowly warming up to the idea of dealing with Somaliland separately. Somali officials fear that this could eventually lead to diplomatic recognition, something they have strongly opposed for decades. For them, every foreign visit, partnership, or investment looks like another step towards Somaliland gaining a status equal to that of an independent state. A major turning point in this story came with the Ethiopia-Somaliland Agreement. Ethiopia, a powerful country in the region, reached a strategic deal with Somaliland regarding access to the Red Sea and potential military cooperation. Even though the political details remain debated, the message was clear. Ethiopia sees value in engaging directly with Somaliland. For Mogadishu, this was more than a diplomatic disagreement. It was a shockwave. Officials feared that if Ethiopia recognized Somaliland, other African nations might follow, accelerating the international legitimacy that Somaliland has been seeking for decades. Another important factor is Somaliland's strategic coastline. The port of Berbera has emerged as one of the most important economic locations in East Africa. Global companies, shipping lines, and foreign governments are investing in its expansion. Berbera's growing importance gives Somaliland leverage in regional trade and security. As foreign economic partnerships deepen, countries may prefer dealing directly with Somaliland for practical reasons. This creates even more anxiety in Mogadishu, which wants all international relations concerning Somali territory to pass through the federal government. Somaliland's democratic reputation is also shaping global perception. While Somalia continues to struggle with delayed elections, constitutional disputes, and political pressures, Somaliland regularly holds competitive elections and peaceful power transfers. Even though it has its own challenges, its political stability stands out in a region known for conflicts. This democratic image strengthens its case on the international stage. Government officials in Mogadishu worry that the world may increasingly view Somaliland as a functioning state, even without official recognition. Security is another key element. While Somalia battles extremist groups and internal tensions, Somaliland enjoys relatively strong security and long-term peace. International partners often prefer stability. For many countries, cooperation with Somaliland feels safer and more predictable. From Mogadishu's perspective, this further increases the risk that foreign governments may gradually shift their engagement northward. Economic growth is also becoming a factor. New roads, trade corridors, livestock export agreements, and digital investments are positioning Somaliland as a rising economic hub in the Horn of Africa. Each new project brings more visibility and more foreign interest. Somalia's leaders fear that as Somaliland becomes economically stronger, the global community may view it as capable of standing on its own, and may eventually accept its political claims. Another source of fear is the influence of diaspora communities. Somaliland's diaspora is active, organized, and deeply connected to global politics. They lobby governments, organize campaigns, and generate media attention. Their influence plays a significant role in shaping international discussions about the future of Somaliland. Mogadishu sees this as another powerful force pushing the world toward accepting Somaliland's political ambitions. Finally, all these factors combine into one big concern: the possibility of a permanent diplomatic shift. If more countries engage with Somaliland directly, whether through trade, security, or investment, Mogadishu could lose control over key national narratives. The fear is not only about recognition, it is about losing political influence, losing leverage, and losing the ability to shape the future of the Somali Peninsula. The rising international interest in Somaliland is driven by stability, strategic importance, democratic progress, and economic potential. For Somaliland, this looks like an opportunity. For Mogadishu, it looks like a threat. As global politics continues to evolve, the question is no longer whether the world is paying attention to Somaliland. It clearly is. The real question is how far this breakthrough will go, and how it will reshape the future of the Horn of Africa.